Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? Before we get started, I want y'all to hit that subscribe button, man. Hit the notification bell so when I come on or when I post something, y'all can get notified. I want y'all to share, leave all comments to all content, repost, you know what I'm saying? Do what y'all do, right? Also follow me on TikTok, IG, Facebook, you know what I'm saying? I'm also on StreamYard and live now. Now y'all been I done heard a lot of cats, man, be hollering about, oh man, you know what I'm saying, what's next? What's next after the Ali situation, you know what I'm saying, when I was busting up his game and exposing him and showing real stuff about how this dude here is faltered, right? Real paperwork, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying, right? Now today I got Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, you know what I'm saying? Before I get into it, I want to say, man, welcome home, homie. Bro just came home today, you know. This is Thursday. Bro just got released today, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, man, to see you home. You served your time like a champ, homie. Over 900 days, man, in jail fighting this case. I know it was a long battle. I sat up in there myself for a long time, you know, fighting for my life, you know. So I know what it is, man. You got people sitting across from you that you trusted, you know what I'm saying, that you done helped out. And these cats sitting across from you, man, and basically they throwing the dirt on your coffin, homie. That's what they tried to do. They trying to throw the dirt on your coffin, homie. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow, right? Me, I've been coming at Ali, you know what I'm saying? For one, he stole the product from me. We're not going to get into that. But I've been exposing him, and I went on the computer and I pulled up his paperwork of the Title 35 motion that he put into the courts. And he got us down with departure 33%, you know what I'm saying, for substantially helping the aid of prosecution of others, right? And so this man is out right now hollering about he's the leader of Zopound, he's the founder of Zopound. And he's giving a black eye to the Zo name, you know what I'm saying, to the whole Zo brand, to Haitians and everything everywhere, right? If you look at his interview, he burned out. He ain't the same dude that he was before he went in, you know what I'm saying? And people can look at him and tell if you knew him before he went in, right? But now, this is not about a coward that couldn't do his time, you know what I'm saying? That want to be a boss, but end up flipping on other people, you know what I'm saying? When the finger get pointed at you, you feel like the best out is to point the finger at somebody else, you know what I'm saying? You know, but anyway, this here is a prime example, man, of how you become a stand-up guy. This is how you represent yourself, you know what I'm saying? When you a real cat, a real dude, man, a real person in the streets, man, this is how you represent yourself in the courtroom. You acknowledge your wrongdoings, man. You suck it up, man, and you fight it. You fight it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about with your fists. I'm talking about you actually fighting it out, man. You getting knowledgeable. You getting your lawyers together. Y'all really fighting that out in court. You see what I'm saying? To get yourself back. But I'm going to play a little bit of this here, man, so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. Young Thug, he just took a plea. He pled guilty to a lot of stuff, and he pled no contest to others, basically, you know what I'm saying? So it's somewhat like an alpha plea. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's exactly what he took, but it's somewhat like an alpha plea that he took, you know what I'm saying? They got him released, you know. I guess they gave him time served or whatever on the counts of that he pled guilty on. So we finna listen to it right now, you know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that you do realize how much of an impact you have on people. I mean, it's past your neighborhood. It's worldwide, especially young people. And having come up from where you came up from and living in and around that, you know that gangs are damaging to our community. And it may be that a whole lot of rap music and the rap industry is, I mean, honestly, it sounds like a modern day version of kind of WWE wrestling that used to be on television, where people would just get up and posture and act like they hated each other. And it may be that that's a lot of what is going on in the music industry with rap. But whether it is fake or not, it has tremendous impact on kids and young people who think, this is cool, this is what I want to do. Look at him, he's a millionaire. I can do that by being, a gangster in the streets.
This is what I always tell people, right? Once you put yourself in the public eye, whether you want to be or not, you become a role model. You become a role model to kids. You become a role model to people that like your lifestyle or whatever. They glorify your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And you got to start putting yourself out with a better light. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of Haitians and a lot of Zoes, man, all over Miami that don't like the light that Ali is portraying. And that is why I'm standing up, because I got homeboys, you know what I'm saying, that he's basically bashing, but my homeboys, without my homeboys, he wouldn't have a name. You know what I'm saying? So I get on here, man, and I'm trying to show people, man, this is how you stand up, man. When you go down, you take your lumps. You become a role model. People listen to his music. You got kids that want to follow your music and stuff, man. So you got to understand what you're putting out there. But we also understand that these labels these days is they not letting people get airplay. They not pushing your music right if you pushing positivity. It's always got to be something negative. You know what I'm saying? But negativity sell these days. You know what I'm saying? Sex sell, drugs sell, murder sell. You know what I'm saying? Violence. We're going to say violence, not just murder, but violence sell. Whether it's robbery, whether it's murder, whether it's extortion, you know what I'm saying, which is a form of robbery. I don't care what it is, it sell. So we got to be mindful, man, once we hit these platforms. Just like right now, people might look at me like what I'm doing right now is not nothing, but it's blossoming, And I got to understand that I got people that's looking at me, and some people is looking up to me, right? So I want to put a positive atmosphere out there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I try to prove everything that I'm saying. I put it out there with receipts behind it, you know what I'm saying? We're not just talking, we actually showing, you know what I'm saying? These people that I actually dealt with, this is that. But let's go ahead and go through this.
And that's not true. What you're likely to have happen to you if you're a gangster in the streets is you get shot, you get killed, or you get thrown in prison. And those are, by far the most likely outcomes. And, you've been in here watching the trial, and you've seen the pictures of Mr. Ryan posing with a gun as big as he is at 15 years old and going out and shooting and killing another teenager. And that's what gangs do. And that's unfortunately a lot of what rap music does. And if you are a modern day John Lennon, he might have rapped too in this day and age. I don't know, but I know you're talented, and even if you choose to continue to rap, you need to try to use your influence to let kids know that that is not the way to go, and that there are ways out of poverty besides hooking up with the powerful guy at the end of the street selling drugs. And, I know that happens for protection sometimes, but a much better way would be getting an education and hanging around with people who set a good example. And you be one of those people that sets a good example. All right, so that's my high horse on that. I could also go on. But I want you to try to be more of the solution and less of the problem. All right. All right. So it is not lost on the court that the state, had they been able to come to agreement on certain special conditions, was willing to entirely dismiss the RICO count, was willing to entirely dismiss one of the gang counts, and was willing to entirely dismiss this, machine gun count. Was willing to give a sentence that permitted Mr. Williams to walk out of the door today, and therefore does not seem to be particularly worried that Mr. Williams, if on the streets, would be a danger to society. I'm taking that into consideration and crafting my sentence. And in permitting a NOLO plea to the RICO count and one of the two gang counts, I would not be permitting the NOLO to the one if you were not pleading guilty to at least one of them. But you are, and y'all admit a factual basis for the counts that you are pleading guilty to. I find there to be a factual basis for those counts, and for the remaining counts with which you are charged. I am going to impose a sentence, and I've taken a little bit of the suggested special conditions from the defense and a little bit of the special conditions suggested by the prosecution. On count one, the court sentence is 20 years to serve 5 years, commuted to time served, the balance of 15 years to be probated, and a $25,000 fine. On count two, the sentence is 5 years to serve, commuted to time served. That's the minimum sentence that's permitted on that count. It is required to be run consecutively. I'm going to run it consecutive to count one, but I am going to backload. Oh, I'm sorry, that is not commuted. That is 5 years to serve, and it's going to be run consecutively to count one, backloaded, by which I mean after you serve your 15 years of probation. If you have been successful on that probation, and I sincerely hope that you are, then at the end of that 15 years, I will commute the entire rest of any service portion of your sentence to time served. So I'll get to the end of it and give you the total sentence, but I'm also going to impose a $15,000 fine with regard to that count. Count 57, 20 years to serve 5, commuted to time served, the balance of 15 years probated, concurrent with count 1. Count 58, 10 years to serve 5, commuted to time served, balance probated, concurrent with count 1. 59, 5 years to serve, commuted to time served, concurrent with count 1. 60, 5 years to serve, commuted to time served, concurrent with count 1. Count 61, 5 years to serve, that is required to be also a consecutive sentence, so that's going to be run consecutively to count 56 and backloaded. Count 62, 10 years to serve, also required to be served consecutively, that's going to be consecutive to count 61, also backloaded. So essentially, the total sentence is 40 years to serve the first 5 years in prison, but commuted to the time that you have already served, followed by 15 years on probation, followed then by the backloaded 20 years, which can be served in custody and will be served in custody if you are not successful on your probation. If you are successful in completing your 15 years probation, that will be commuted to time served.
To be honest, that's a damn good deal. They got him. He had some good workers working for him, man. to where they got him 15-year time served, man. He was looking at a RICO for all type of stuff, machine gun. Like I say, he came out on top. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to stay. He ain't got to go to prison or nothing. And then he got released today. So, you know what I'm saying? Salute, Young Thug, man. Get out, man. Do you some great things. Learn from the cats that you was around, man. They set up there on that stand, man, and tried to put that dirt on top of your coffin. So let that be a lesson so that you can grow from it, homie. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't mean you're no good, man. You trying to help them eat. And all they thinking about is they self. They just want to be around you. They clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, welcome home, man. Salute to you, man. You did your time, man, like an honorable man. I used to see you in court, the way you used to sit back, man, just looking at them dudes, them clowns up on the thing, just trying to bury you, bro. So, you know, salute, homie. You know, welcome home.
You are to remain on reporting status for the first half of your probation, active reporting for the first 7.5 years of your probation, and that is pursuant to OCGA 17-10-1, subsection 2A. And Mr. Steele and Mr. Adams, in order to keep him on reporting status, there needs to be good cause shown. We all concede that good cause is shown here?
Stipulate.
All right, I appreciate that. Special conditions of your probation.
What good cause? What do you mean?
Can I have a second, Your Honor?
Sure.
With the judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You had enough time to talk with your attorneys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, special conditions of your probation. After 48 hours from your release, you are to stay away from the metro Atlanta area, and that's defined by the U.S. Census Bureau. It may change, but you can look that up anytime to figure out what that is. For the first 10 years of your probation, subject to the following exceptions, you are permitted to be in the metro Atlanta area to attend any wedding, funeral, or graduation from high school, college, or graduate school of any of your immediate family members. And immediate family members is defined the same way that you all were contemplating it when you were negotiating. You can get here up to 24 hours prior to any such event, and you need to leave within 48 hours after any such event. In addition, during each year of your probation, I'm going to require that you come to the metro Atlanta area and make a live anti-gang and anti-gun violence presentation 4 times a year, each year of your probation, at a grade school, a middle school, a boys or girls club, anything like that, that type of group. And if you want to, that presentation can include a benefit concert, and these presentations may count towards your required community service hours, which I'm going to impose. That during each year of your probation, you perform 100 hours of community service. You are, and this is required by the fact that there's a gang conviction. You shall not knowingly have contact of any kind or character with any other member or associate of any criminal street gang. Exception to that, if your brother is a member of any street gang, I hope you talk him into getting out of it. Quantavious Greer, and then also Sergio Kitchens, as long as you are contractually obligated to him. That is going to include anybody who is named in this indictment, except as absolutely necessary to conduct the lawful business of your musical career, and to any extent that the state is not agreeing to the exception for Mr. Kitchens. In the event that that part is not enforceable because it is only a portion of a special condition, going to provide that that be severable from the rest of this, and I'll put some case cites in the Senate sheet for that. You are in no way to promote any criminal street gang or any criminal street gang activity, including on any social media platform. You are not to utilize any hand signs, terminology, or language that promotes any criminal street gang. You are not to participate in any criminal street gang activity. You are not to knowingly engage in any contact with any of the victims that are listed in this indictment or with any of their family members. And you may not have in your possession or with arm's reach any kind of a firearm because you're going to be a convicted felon. And that is, except I know that you have security and you need security. You can be within arm's reach of a firearm that is in the possession of either licensed law enforcement or licensed security personnel that are in your security detail or anybody that you're performing with. You are to submit to random drug screens and not use any drugs unless they are prescribed for you by a licensed physician. You are to execute a Fourth Amendment waiver that will permit the search of your person, residence, vehicles, and electronics for any firearms, any criminal street gang paraphernalia, or any illicit drugs. And as I mentioned with regard to one of the first of your co-defendants from this trial, at least since I've been involved, to plead guilty, our Uniform Superior Court rules instruct.
I know this, man, them trials, man, them court proceedings, they be so drawed out and long, man. You be sitting up there like, man, y'all gonna get through with this here, man? Like, man, let's get to the point. I done read it in the paperwork. I understand this here, man. Let's go ahead and get this here rolling. I got stuff I'm trying to do. But really, they are steamroll it, but they doing this here for the cameras. The going all the way into detail like that. They doing all that for the cameras, you know what I'm saying? So for the people that don't know that, you know.
And provide that it is absolutely proper for a judge to grant leniency in sentencing when, quote, the interest of the public in the effective administration of criminal justice are served, unquote. And I think that this plea is in the interest of the public and in the interest of effective administration of justice. Have been trying to ensure that to the extent I can, this trial also abides by that. It's been challenging at certain times. I find your plea to be freely, knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily entered with an understanding of the consequences, and I accept it as such. I also need to inform you that your attorneys were going to represent you through either the last day of this term of court or 30 days from now, whichever is later, and any of the filings that were mentioned that need to be filed within that time, they would file on your behalf unless they are permitted to withdraw from representing you before that time. I am not going to impose the conditions suggested by your counsel about the benefit concerts and the donations to the sheriff's office, but I certainly strongly encourage you to do those things and to do and continue to do things that benefit your community and especially help young people to stay out of criminal trouble. And unless there is anything from counsel other than that.
I have one matter, Your Honor.
Yeah, man, but bro, he stood up, he took his punches. Like, let me see, where is that? Right here. I like how he stood up and took his
All right,
punches
Mr.
here.
Williams, is there anything that you want to say?
Yes, ma'am. I take full responsibility for, my crimes or my charges. I want to say sorry to my family, my mom. My mom got 11 kids. I can't say all their names, my managers, my kids is not here. Really everybody that got something to do with this situation, I want to say sorry for just having so much time invested into this, I am a smart guy. I am a good guy, and I really got a good heart. You know, I find myself in a lot of stuff because I was just nice or cool. You know, and I understand that you can't be that way when you reach a certain height because it could end bad, and it don't really have to have nothing to do with you, but it could end bad and it could, you know, fall on you.
That's fair.
And I know the choice is yours, it's up to you, and I hope that you allow me to go home today and just trust in me to just do the right thing and never see you again unless it's at a bar in the future or something. Just out of this type of situation, I promise you I won't ever be in this type of situation again. I'm going away. I've learned from my mistakes. You know, I come from nothing and I've made something and I didn't take full advantage of it. I'm sorry. Through these last 2.5 years of my life, you are really, truly, honestly, the best thing that has happened to me because you made everything fair for me and everybody involved.
Man, that's cold, man. People got to learn from certain situations, man. I like that. I hope bro really. And I think Thug really learned a whole lot, man. Because it showed people thought he wasn't coming home, homie. People thought that man wasn't coming home, man. They tried to bury him. I wonder what Wood and them doing right now while he been doing all them shows and stuff. He been getting his little money up, you know what I'm saying, off him acting stupid on the stand, trying to bury this boy. And that man took them punches, man, like a real G. You know what I'm saying? And just because a person say gangster, that don't mean you got to be in the streets, man, for to be gangster, homie. You know what I'm saying? It's about your principles and your morals, the way you stand up, the way you take your punches. You feel me? So, man, like I said, man, I can't salute that man enough. You know? He was the definition of a stand-up guy, man. You know what I'm saying? In my book, Young Thug was the definition of a modern-day stand-up guy. And, you know what I'm saying? I just want everybody, man, to learn from that. I be having people that come to my live and they be hollering about I'm hating. You know what I'm saying? They want to sit back and they want to support this rat-ass dude, this snitch-ass dude that's using lies to amplify what the hell he doing. You know what I'm saying? To what he's doing in life. You know, you got a life, homie. You got a story, homie. You don't need everybody and any other body that got a story to make it your story to boost who you is. You know what I'm saying? Just live who you is, bro. You good. But the thing is, when you rat, you don't get acknowledged, bro. You know what I'm saying? You I don't care what you done, bro. That shit gets swept up under the rug, everything that you did. You know what I'm saying? So, Young Thug, man. Yeah, them cats didn't mean you no good, no way. You know what I'm saying? They was just around you for the money and the fame, homie. You know? They didn't mean you no good. Now that you sat down, I know you done sat down just like I did and dissected your whole life. You know? Who was really with you, who wasn't really with you. How you gotta move. I came out here and I basically disappeared. I revamped my whole life. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that wasn't down with me that were supposed to been down with me. You know what I'm saying? And then when you jump out, it's a lot of people that feel like you owe them something. Bro, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you a motherfucking thing. You know? So, but salute to Young Thug, man. Welcome home, homie. I'm glad you out, bro. Big ups to you. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, like, subscribe, well, like, leave all comments to all content. Follow me on IG, Facebook, TikTok. I'm also on Live Now and StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? Until the end, man, I just did this here. This here is a special for Young Thug. You know what I'm saying? For all y'all that come to my live and leave in the comments all this oh, you hating. know what I'm saying? Okay, if I'm hating, I'm hating. And you a rat. You run with a rat, you just as rat as a rat. You know what I'm saying? So, salute. I'm up out of here.